Good afternoon and welcome to an abbreviated version of the Midday News. I'm Amoy Harriet. We begin with news in sports. Jamaican sprint star Shericka Jackson will not compete in the 100 meters at the Olympic Games. Athletics team manager Ludlow Watts informed her news center that Shashalee Forbes will replace Jackson in the event. Jackson says she has chosen to focus exclusively on the 200 meters. Jordan Fort tells us more.
2 days out from Jamaica's participation in athletics at the Olympic Games, the Jamaican public has been hit with the news that the nation's fastest woman this year will not be contesting the 100-meter event. The fastest woman alive over 200 meters with 21.41 seconds pulled up on July 9 during her last preparation race at the Hungarian Athletics Grand Prix.
As I said, it's a combination of a lot of stuff, and as I said, coach and I made that decision not to contest the 100 meter, and I think we're pretty happy with that. So,
having not competed since the injury incident earlier this month, there was some concern about the fitness of the two-time world champion. However, she was not worried.
Honestly, I was only supposed to compete in that event, and as coach stated, we only run a few races in Europe, and I think that was the only race all of us was supposed to run, because after that, no persons that going to the Olympic had competed. So I think I'm pretty good. I'm in pretty good shape, and I'm okay.
Shashalee Forbes, who was fourth at the national championships with 11.04 seconds, will replace Jackson in the 100 meters, along with debutant Tia Clayton and a two-time Olympic 100-meter champion Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Reporting from Paris, France, site of the games of the 33rd Olympiad, I'm Jordan Fort.
Back on the local scene, today is decision day for Vybz Kartel and his co-accused. The Court of Appeal will hand down its decision on whether there should be a retrial in the murder case of Clive Lizard Williams. This comes months after the Privy Council quashed their convictions. The Westmoreland Police Division says it has achieved a 66.6% increase in the number of guns seized since the start of the year compared to the same period last year. 14 of these weapons, including 7 high-powered military-grade assault rifles, were seized in the last 3 weeks. The police say a key factor in these successes has been the consistent targeting of the notorious Kings Valley gang. This gang is said to be a significant source of illegal weapons and violence in the parish. In light of the extensive damage caused by Hurricane Beryl in South Manchester, residents are urging the Ministry of Agriculture to initiate a comprehensive replanting program for fruit trees in the parish.
You have losses of all different crop when it comes to fruit tree. We need some urgent assistance, and just one because to how it damage, we need a whole lot more than just 2 or 1 per members.
The Falmouth Health Department says it has ramped up vector control activities across Trelawney. A total of 68 workers are currently in place, with additional temporary workers set to come on board.
I suspect that over the next 2 months you will have this mosquito population before we can kind of cauterize it. 6 weeks to 2 months. Not that it will go away, but we can reduce the population with consistency.
In business news, local ice cream manufacturer Caribbean Cream says it made a higher profit for its financial year ended February. In its audited financial statement released on Monday via the Jamaica Stock Exchange, the company, which does business as Creamy, made 36.7 million Jamaican dollars after tax. This is more than the just over $27 million in earnings for the prior year. Creamy attributed its increased profit to higher revenue of 2.6 billion Jamaican dollars, a 5% rise from 2.5 billion in the previous year. In news now overseas, Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh was killed in Tehran, deepening fears of a broader Middle Eastern conflict. His death, attributed by Hamas to an Israeli strike, follows the recent assassination of Hezbollah's military commander by Israel. The timing of these killings and their impact on ongoing negotiations and regional tensions are significant. The U.S. has noted the reports but has not yet commented. And that's the Midday News. Join us at 7 for Primetime News. I'm Amoy Harriet.